Okay, well now we have the cops coming into the chat. Do any of you Coptic people want to call in and have a discussion? And I'll take you through the reasons why in 2014, not just myself, but multiple outlets of mainstream media were doubting the footage. Never said that it's impossible for anyone to be killed. The footage is dubious. Does anyone want to come on and discuss that in the chat? I'll start a Twitter space, and you guys can come on, and I'll walk you through the various documents. In fact, maybe we need to do that because I don't know if we're going to get away with being able to play all this Joe Rogan discussion. We're probably only going to be able to get away with a little bit of it since somebody just told me that your streams are getting pulled down that try to play too much of it. So let's see. Let me create a. I'll try to create an X space right now, and you guys can call in. Let's see. So any of you Coptics, anybody talking smack, you guys want to call in, and I'll walk you through why it was absolutely justified to have doubt about the issue. Frick it, we'll do it live! Do it live! If we go back to this stupid stuff about Coptic martyrs, they're just looking for something. Literally, this is 11 years ago. Yeah, 11 years ago. I want to play that Katy Perry thing too. That's funny. Okay, so 11 years ago, when the original video popped up, actually, I think before the Coptic supposed video, there were 2 or 3 ISIS events, which I'm not going to play anything because you can't play it, but there was this guy right here. I forget this guy's name. One of them was Foley, and I forget this guy's name. There's 2 different events, right? There was this guy. Yeah, this is the Foley one, and there was another one that happened, and then there was the Coptic one. Now, when the Coptic one happened, there was a lot of discussion going on in the mainstream media. Okay, not me, but in the mainstream media. Now, I'm not saying it's true or false merely because it's in the mainstream media. Okay, so try to hold back your emotions and let me explain what I'm talking about. So Fox did a piece on this with video experts who had looked at it, and they said that there were oddities and things about the video that didn't make sense.
I have a Medicare Advantage plan, and I depend on it every day.
And one of the things was the oddity of the size of the people. The ISIS guys look like they're like 7 feet tall, which is odd. There are other oddities in the other videos that were called into question. For example, I pulled up the Telegraph article, and you have to go to Yandex because you can't find any of these on Google. So if you go to Yandex and you pull up Telegraph, and then you pull up ISIS video fake or staged or something like that. Oh, wait a minute. This is the one I had to pull up on Wayback Machine. So let me show you. I'll have to put it in the to put it in here for you. Hold on a second. Okay. So give me just 1 second, and I'm pulling up this video for you. I mean, this news article because you can't pull it up on the Telegraph. This is the one I had to find it on Wayback Machine. And you'll see what I mean. You know, it's funny. It's like you would think by now you guys would like understand that. Like, I'm not going to say something without any reason or backing, right? Do you think I would really just completely make up stuff with absolutely no footing, no reasoning? I don't know why this is not pulling up. Here we go. I'll just take a screenshot of it for you guys. All right. And by the way, a lot of this, I mean, the totality of the debate is not going to be about this, but when we do the apostate prophet debate, we're going to be getting deep into this issue of the CIA and support for radical Islam, which I know quite a bit about. I can't get this to move, so hold on. Let me pull it up on. Let me just pull it up on Wayback Machine for you. I can't get the thing to come up. And you guys know that when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm obsessively Asperg about getting the actual video to come up. So I've got it saved. Give me just 1 second. I'll pull it up for you. It's in my bookmarks here. Aha, here we go. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So notice you have to get this from Wayback Machine. It takes forever on Wayback to pull up. All right, so at the time, mainstream media put out this critique. And by the way, this is, what Telegraph is like fake conservative in the UK. So they have no motivations to publish, quote, conspiracy material. Analysts believe that the British jihad video may not have been James Foley's actual unaliver, although he was taken care of. So I don't even have to disagree that people I'm not even necessarily disagreeing that there are people unalived, but that the videos themselves are dubious and do not show what they purport to show. The video of Foley's unalive may have been staged, the actual thing taking place off camera. Again, so that means we didn't actually see it, you see. Can everybody see this? Do you think I'm making this up? Do you think I just invent things? I don't have any actual reason to say this stuff. I just literally just say crazy stuff. Or you think maybe I've read actually hundreds of books on these topics and I know about psychological warfare because I wrote my grad work on it and I know how deception works in warfare. And so people will assume, for example, that if I'm skeptical of a video, that it necessarily means I'm saying everything isn't true, everything is fake. That is a opposite extreme, and that's not actually what I said. The propaganda video for IS, it says, has numerous problems in it. A study of the 4-minute video carried out by International Forensic Science Company. Oh, so see, now we're appealing to science here. So who's on the side of science here? Which has worked for police forces across the UK, suggests that camera trickery and post and slick post-production techniques were used. For example, no blood is ever seen, even though the knife is supposedly drawn across the area. After enhancements, the knife is shown at least 6 times, but there is no evidence of anything actually occurring. During Foley's actual discussion, there appears to be a blip where the journalist had indicated that he was supposed to repeat a line. One expert said, I think this was staged. My feeling, though, is that he was probably taken care of after the camera stopped. Now, when I see that, all that tells me is that there's reason to doubt it. It doesn't tell me exactly what happened. And so when I say that it's dubious, I'm well within my epistemic rights to say that. Now, that's the original Foley event. Let's look at the other one. I played you the doubt going on in the other one. Here's another one. You have to pull this one up on archive as well. And this is Washington Post, which is famously a CIA outlet for many years, many decades. Even the Washington Post noted that in their 2010 column by Jeff Stein. It was well known that the CIA has staged jihad videos. So this is just further showing that there is precedence for this. It doesn't prove that they're all staged. It just proves that there is precedent for the CIA staging these types of videos. Can you read? Did you guys even know this? The agency actually did make a video purporting to show Osama and his cronies sitting around a campfire swigging bottles of liquor, savoring their conquest with young boys. One of the former CIA recalled, chuckling at the memory, the actors for the video were drawn from some of the darker skinned employees. Did you see that? Now, where do the videos come from? Does anybody? I bet half the people. I bet 90%, 95% of the people who talk about this, they don't even know what sight is. What is sight intelligence, and why are they the sole source of all of the supposed IS videos? Well, it just so happens that all of the proof that we get of these videos comes from sight intelligence. What is sight intelligence? It is an incarnation of the SIGHT group, founded in 2002 by investigative project Rita Katz and Josh Devin, based out of Tel Aviv. So this is an Israeli firm, educated in Tel Aviv. I don't know where they're based out of. She worked as a TEROR consultant, and then she was I would guarantee you this is some sort of an Israeli operation, right? And what are they known for? They're known for having the first intelligence on bin Laden and all these characters, which, again, makes them, to me, dubious. It does not mean that everything is fake. It just means that this, to me, is a dubious source. Just as CIA intelligence is a dubious source. Just like weapons of mass destruction intelligence was a dubious CIA British intelligence source. Just like the BBC, to me, is a dubious intelligence source. Just like the BBC was caught, admittedly, staging the Assad chemical attack footage. So I do not, out of hand, accept that because sight intelligence tells me that this is what happened, that it necessarily happened. Again, I don't know what happened with the cops, but I'm skeptical of the video footage. But I don't doubt that there are radical Islamic individuals who engage in these things because it's a death cult. So I will say this. Back in 2014, when I didn't know a lot about Islam, and I began to read about the various Islamic sects and groups from a geopolitical perspective, I definitely saw that radical jihadi Islam is something that the West aids, funds, and supports. That does not mean that there was never radical Islam prior to British intelligence and the CIA. I never said that.